You're taking a live look right now at the moments, you're taking a look right now at the moments an avalanche occurred in Juneau just before noon today, prompting the continued closure of Thane Road. This is video from the Alaska Department of Transportation. This area will be closed at least until tomorrow morning at 10 when it can be reevaluated.
And the whipping winds, a big concern in Juneau there, along with the now record-seen snow, officially recording, the snowiest season on record in Juneau.
We've got Will Courtney near the scene of the avalanche showing how things are looking right now, but we're going to start off with Chief Meteorologist Melissa Fry.
Yeah, John and Augusta, we've been watching these high winds. You can see it there. We'll take a look there at the live conditions in Juneau in just a moment. But the wind, a major concern, and again, just a lot of snow eventually has to come down. And I want to show you exactly where this was. So this is just south of downtown along Thane Road. This is a known slide path. In fact, it's called Snow Slide Creek. Now, the road was already closed when it happened. No cars in the area, so that was good, and it does remain closed. But the snow did come down, and this was just one of several avalanches that we had in the area today. We do still have a wind advisory in effect, those strong winds coming in out of the northeast with wind gusts as high as 55 miles per hour tonight all the way through tomorrow evening. And that's in town. And the higher elevations, those winds even stronger. We're also seeing those high winds in the Skagway area. And again, this is on top of that record-breaking snow. We have never seen as much snow as we have this year in Juneau at 201.2 inches, more than double what we typically expect. Right now, the sky is clear. Temperature sitting in the mid-30s, and you can see those wind gusts in town down to about 21 miles per hour. Tomorrow, we will see temperatures holding in the mid-20s, even teens overnight, so not warming considerably, and we will start to see some increasing clouds there tomorrow, but that wind still a main concern. And we want to go to Will in Juneau, where this avalanche took place. Will, we want to know, how are things looking? What have you learned, and what are people preparing for moving forward?
Yeah, Melissa, you mentioned those winds. Those winds have been going really crazy. You can actually kind of hear it right now. It kicks up all of this snow. It's getting it on my camera lens there. You can probably see it right now. The winds are really strong. It's not anything that Juneau isn't used to, but they are very strong right now. I'm going to go behind the camera just so you can kind of see what's right behind me. That right here, that I'm going to zoom in right here on, that is Thane Road. That is exactly the road which is currently closed. And up above this mountain, all that coming up from the top of that mountain, that is all the snow that's coming off. That is the exact reason why the DOT was saying that this road is still at a high avalanche risk. When I went over to Thane Road earlier today, there were people still walking on it. There were people driving through it. And that's quite a hazard right now. There were 8 natural avalanches on Thane Road today. It is still a high avalanche warning. Juneau is no stranger to avalanches, unfortunately. But when there is a high risk and there's high winds, exactly what you're hearing and seeing right now, it just creates a cesspool for what could be a hazardous road. 4 miles of road. It's a pretty dangerous site right now.
All right, Will Courtney in Juneau there for us, doing a great job showing us what's happening. If you'd like to stay on top of any weather developments, download our First Alert weather app. You get those alerts and updates sent straight to your phone. All you have to do is search KTUU First Alert Weather in your app store.
And new tonight, historic flooding in Hawaii is now having an impact on some families here in Alaska.
Our Georgina Fernandez talked to the family of a student dealing with extreme conditions causing concern thousands miles away.
It's not an easy sight to see.
It's super heartbreaking, honestly.
Hawaii seeing its worst flooding to hit the islands in the last 2 decades.
Dude, it's so bad right here.
Grace Doucette, an Alaskan, capturing the historic flooding in real time via these videos.
Yeah, everything's wet, muddy, stormy.
As she attends university on Oahu.
Oh, I never thought I would be a part of something like this severe, and honestly, I was not prepared at all. I didn't even have water. I couldn't get water because I had no power.
Doucette sharing those stories with us over Zoom on Tuesday as her mom, Allison Lane, is back home in Anchorage, sharing her deep concerns with us.
Right. Well, we thought the storm was behind everybody yesterday, but then Oahu on her side of the island by Manoa had major flash floods again yesterday that people were not expecting. And, you know, she graduated from UH Manoa and used to live on campus, and they were evacuating campus yesterday. And so that went through my mind. That could have been her.
As Doucette shares with us her firsthand views of everything, from flash flooding her streets to witnessing her friends like Kaipo Pacheco.
I have some homeless friends that live over on the west side. They were affected as well.
Having his campsite on the beach basically washed away. That's when Grayson turned to social media, posting a video, and started asking for donations.
Here's everything that we got.
With around $1,000 collected, she bought needed supplies, including food, bedding, and camp chairs for those impacted.
I think it's important because, I mean, the homeless community, like, they don't really have that much help in general. And I'm thankful that I have a roof over my head, but they don't even have a house or a car. So the little things they do have that just got destroyed, I think they need a lot of help.
With the hope that these small steps can have big waves of impact, as she hopes others will also step up to help. Georgianne Fernandez, Alaska's news source.
And happening now, the Anchorage Municipal Assembly, where several attention-drawing topics are being discussed.
That includes data centers, school budgets, housing development updates. Joe Allgood joins us more with those topics. Joe, hi.
Yeah, we're in the last couple weeks before the municipal election, so this particular assembly is starting to wrap things up. A couple of things, like you mentioned, we talked about this piece of legislation a couple weeks ago, data centers. New regulations on those could face a vote tonight and a second round of public hearings. The school budget will also face its first round of public hearing in the assembly tonight. School Superintendent Jarrett Bryant is present for that. And then, interestingly, Assembly Chair Chris Constant is introducing a request to the state legislature for any portion of $30 million in capital funds if the state sees a windfall from higher oil revenues. Those funds would be set up in a housing, infrastructure, and land activation fund. We'll have more details on all those things tonight on the late edition. And of course, ballots are out, so now is the time to get your vote in. John, Augusta.
All right, Joe, thanks for tracking all of those details. We'll stay on top of those stories. And up in Fairbanks, the city council there is discussing and planning ideas to revitalize parts of downtown.
And that includes a unanimous vote to move the Fairbanks Children's Museum into City Hall on a 40-year lease. The council also approved a May 1st date to make a request for proposal public as they decide what will happen to the spot where the historic Polaris building once stood. The request for proposal will be available until July 31st unless an extension is requested.
On this day, 37 years ago, the Exxon Valdez ran aground, dumping 11 million gallons of crude oil into Prince William Sound.
It's been described as one of the worst environmental disasters in U.S. history. The images of oiled otters and seabirds, very hard to forget. But the spill left a scientific legacy in the marine science research field, the incident being used as a research tool to evaluate the impact of other spills all around the world. All right, so March is Kidney Awareness Month, and tonight we're highlighting an Anchorage woman who gave her kidney away to a neighbor's child.
Holly Fisk is a nurse practitioner, and 2 years ago, she was checking on her neighbor's child when she found out a kidney was failing. Fisk took it upon herself to get tested to see if she could be a donor, and she was a perfect match. It was a 1 in 100,000 chance. Both families agreed to the surgery, and it was a success.
It's one of the best feelings in the world to know. Sorry.
You know, Bella wakes up in the ICU and you could just see the light in their eyes.
1 in 100,000 chance. It's incredible. 2 years later, Fisk celebrating the successful donation by scaling Mount Kilimanjaro with other kidney donors. She did it this month, part of a group that has raised thousands of dollars for living donor advocacy. If you're interested in learning more, we have a link on our website.
Thanks for listening. Click subscribe so you can get the latest podcast from Alaska's news source automatically. And stay up to date with breaking news and in-depth reporting available for free 24/7 with the Alaska's news source app.